Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., your eyes open, mind alert, yet the room is still dark and the world around you fast asleep? And in that moment, you wonder, why am I up? Did I already sleep enough? Is something wrong with me? Let me assure you right now, you are not alone. In fact, this is a completely normal part of aging, something that countless older adults quietly experience night after night. And more importantly, there are real practical reasons behind it, reasons we can actually do something about. In today's video, we're going to uncover 5 hidden reasons why people over 60 often wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll walk you through some simple science-backed solutions that can gently guide your body back into restful sleep. Here's a quick glimpse of what we'll cover: the natural drop in melatonin, and why your body produces less of it as you age. How your internal sleep rhythm gradually shifts after 60, often without you even realizing. The subtle but persistent physical discomforts that interrupt your rest, even when they seem minor. The impact of everyday lifestyle habits, like evening screen time or late-night snacks, that silently sabotage your sleep. And finally, the emotional undercurrents, anxiety, loneliness, or worry, that show up in your dreams and steal your peace at night. This isn't just about identifying problems. It's about helping you reclaim your nights with calm, clarity, and confidence. So if you've been wondering why restful sleep feels harder to find these days, stay with me. You're about to find answers and a new sense of control over your nights. Reason 1. The natural decline of melatonin. Let's start with something that often goes unnoticed, but plays a central role in how well, or poorly, you sleep after 65, melatonin. Melatonin is more than just a sleep hormone. It's the silent conductor of your internal clock, the one that tells your brain when it's time to wind down, rest deeply, and wake up refreshed. This hormone follows your circadian rhythm, a natural 24-hour cycle that governs when you feel sleepy and when you feel alert. But here's the twist. As you age, your body gradually produces less melatonin. This isn't a flaw or a failure. It's a completely natural biological change, just like needing reading glasses or taking longer to recover after a walk. Unfortunately, lower melatonin means your body struggles to enter that deep, uninterrupted sleep you once took for granted. It also means you may wake up far earlier than you'd like and feel like you didn't truly rest. Even subtle environmental factors, like a small nightlight or the glow from your phone, can suppress the little melatonin you do produce. Yes, even that gentle light from the hallway or the TV standby button can throw off your sleep cycle more than you might expect. Let me give you a quick example. Harun, a 72-year-old retired teacher, kept waking up every morning at 4:30 a.m. He thought something was wrong with him. He tried warm milk, different pillows. Nothing worked. But when he finally made a few small changes, turning off his screens an hour before bed, using blackout curtains, and taking a 20-minute walk after dinner, the difference was astonishing. Within a week, he started waking up at 6:30 feeling like he had actually slept. Not just closed his eyes, but truly slept. Here's what that tells us. The drop in melatonin isn't your fault. It's part of the aging process, right? But it doesn't mean you're powerless. Simple steps can restore balance. Keep your bedroom as dark as possible at night. Avoid screens, phone, TV, tablet, at least 1 hour before sleep. Take a gentle walk in the evening to help reset your internal clock. These small habits support your body's natural rhythm and can gently boost melatonin without pills or complicated routines. Let this be your takeaway. Your sleep challenges are not a sign of weakness. They're part of a biological story your body is writing. And once you understand what's behind the scenes, you can step in and help your body get the rest it's asking for. Reason 2. Your sleep cycle has quietly shifted. Let's talk about something most people over 65 experience: but almost no one talks about. Your internal clock has changed. This isn't just about going to bed early or waking up at dawn. It's something much deeper, a biological reset known as advanced sleep phase syndrome. What does that mean? Your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, is gradually moving forward. Your brain starts releasing melatonin earlier in the evening, making you feel sleepy long before your old bedtime. And like clockwork, you find yourself wide awake at 4 or 5 in the morning, even if you don't want to be. This isn't you being off. It's your body adapting. And here's the important part. This shift is not a flaw. It's a natural age-related transformation, one that's often misunderstood and, unfortunately, dismissed as just another quirk of aging. But it's much more than that. The quiet forces that accelerate this change. After retirement, your exposure to key environmental cues, like sunlight, daily routines, or even conversations, begins to fade. You spend more time in quiet spaces, less structure, fewer reasons to stay up late. And when your mind no longer has those external time signals, your sleep cycle starts drifting. Slowly but surely, it marches forward. Even psychological factors, like the absence of social obligations or the quiet that replaces the daily noise of work life, can speed up this shift. It's not just biology, it's biology reacting to lifestyle. Charles's story, When the Clock Moves Without You. Charles, a retired school principal, used to be a night owl. Late-night jazz, crossword puzzles at midnight. His evenings were sacred. But within a year of retirement, things changed. He started nodding off during his favorite show at 8 p.m. And by 5 a.m., he was already sipping coffee while the rest of the world slept. At first, he was frustrated. Why can't I just sleep in like I used to? But when he learned about advanced sleep phase, something clicked. He didn't need to fight it, he needed to work with it. Now, Charles uses his early mornings for peaceful walks, phone calls with friends in different time zones, and quiet reading before the sun even rises. He stopped seeing his sleep pattern as a problem and started seeing it as an invitation, a hidden but widespread change. Here's what you should know. This happens to millions of older adults, but most never get a name for it. They just feel off, confused, or even ashamed for being different. You're not different. You're adapting. That's the key takeaway here. Waking up early isn't wrong. It's your body evolving. And once you understand that, you can stop resisting and start living in sync with your new rhythm. So if you find yourself yawning before sunset, know this. You're not alone, and you're not broken. You're just moving forward, one quiet morning at a time. Reason 3, physical discomfort and health disruptions. Why your body speaks louder at night. As we age, the quiet of night has a strange way of turning up the volume on physical discomfort. You may not notice your aching knees or your sensitive stomach much during the day, but once the lights go out and the world goes still, every throb, cramp, and twinge becomes harder to ignore. Common nighttime culprits? Let's name them clearly. Arthritis pain that flares up in joints after a long day. Bladder issues, like reduced elasticity, leading to frequent nighttime urination. Acid reflux, causing that uncomfortable burning sensation in your chest and throat. Leg cramps that jolt you awake. Dry mouth or sensitivity to temperature, where even a slight chill makes sleep elusive. These aren't random annoyances. They're your body's way of flagging that something needs attention. Let's talk about bladder function, for example. As we get older, the bladder becomes less elastic. It holds less and signals more frequently. On top of that, many common medications for blood pressure, heart disease, or even mood disorders can have diuretic effects, making you need to go more often, especially at night. Take Eliana, 72, for instance. She was waking up 2, sometimes 3 times a night, frustrated and exhausted. After speaking with her doctor, she discovered the timing of her medication was contributing to her frequent urination. By adjusting when she took certain pills and reducing her late evening fluid intake, she reclaimed her nights. Gradually, but surely, her story reminds us of something important. Waking up at night is not a failure. It's not a weakness. It's a signal, a sign your body is communicating. And listening to it rather than fighting it can be the first step toward better rest and better health. So the next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., don't be too hard on yourself. Instead, ask gently, what is my body trying to tell me? Whether it's a change in medication, a lifestyle tweak, or just an extra pillow to support your joints, there is always a small practical way forward. And sometimes, that wake-up call is actually a wake-up opportunity to care for yourself more deeply than ever before. Reason 4. The silent influence of lifestyle habits. Have you ever wondered why your sleep patterns seem to change so drastically after retirement? It's not just age. It's how your daily life subtly shapes your body's internal rhythm, often without you realizing it. Over the years, small choices, like eating dinner earlier, moving less during the day, or leading a quieter life after retiring, can quietly shift the timing of your internal clock. These habits become deeply embedded, and they begin to send unintentional signals to your body. Without the regular external cues that used to come from work schedules, social engagements, or daily errands, your body starts to guess when it should wind down, and most of the time, it guesses too early. Here's what actually happens. When your evening becomes still too soon and your meals come too early, your body interprets these as signs that the day is ending. As a result, melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep, is released earlier than it should be. You fall asleep earlier, but you also wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. staring at the ceiling, wondering why you can't rest through the night. Let's take Weera, for example. Before retiring, he used to walk to work, eat around 7 p.m., and wind down around 10. But after retirement, dinners shifted to 5 p.m., and his evenings became quiet, inactive, and screen-free by 7. At first, it felt peaceful. But within a few months, he found himself wide awake before sunrise, restless and frustrated. What changed wasn't his need for sleep, but the signals he was unconsciously giving his body. Even more concerning, eating too early in the evening, say, around 4:30 or 5, can lead to nighttime blood sugar dips. This drop, often unnoticed, can wake you up in the middle of the night and keep you in a shallow, broken sleep. It's not a nightmare, it's just your body missing the fuel it needs. This is the quiet power of routine. Mandara daging, as some cultures say, habits that seep into your system so deeply, you don't even see them as changeable anymore. But here's the truth. You can recalibrate. Your body is always listening. You can adjust your rhythm by shifting dinner a bit later, adding a short walk in the evening, or gently reintroducing stimulating activities before bedtime, like reading, soft music, or even social interaction. It's not about forcing yourself to stay up late. It's about giving your body the right cues at the right times, so it knows when it's truly time to sleep. Your clock isn't broken. It's just following the signals you've been giving it. And the best part? You can change those signals starting tonight. Reason 5. The emotional and psychological tides of the night. There's a reason we saved this one for last. It's the most intimate, the most tender, and often the most misunderstood. Night is not just a time of rest. For many older adults, it becomes a quiet stage where the deepest emotions come out to speak, softly but powerfully. When the world settles down and the lights dim, the mind lights up. Anxiety that once hid behind daily routines starts to whisper. Regrets, long buried, start to resurface. Longing for people, for places, for a time that no longer exists, begins to swell like a tide. This is not the restless angst of youth. This is something quieter, deeper. A kind of inner storm shaped by memory, love, and loss. a different kind of loneliness. As we grow older, our social circles shrink, sometimes suddenly, sometimes slowly. And in that shrinking, a new kind of silence sets in. It's not just about being alone. It's about feeling invisible, about missing voices that once filled the house, about wondering if anyone still remembers who we were, or who we still are. This emotional quiet can be beautiful, yes, but it can also be haunting. Liana's story. Grief and grace in the midnight hour. Take Liana, for example. She's 74, a widow for 3 years now. She told us about waking up at 2 a.m., not from a nightmare, but from a memory of her husband's laugh. The sound wasn't real, but the ache in her chest was. For weeks, she thought something was wrong with her, that she was too emotional, too soft, too weak. But in time, she began to understand. These midnight moments were not a problem to fix. They were windows into her heart, a heart that still loved, still remembered, still mattered. Liana started writing letters she'd never send. She made tea before bed, set a calming playlist, lit a candle. She started treating those nighttime awakenings not as interruptions, but as invitations. Reframing the night from disruption to discovery. Waking up in the night doesn't always mean something's wrong. Sometimes it means something matters. It means you've lived, you've loved, you've lost. And now, your soul is trying to process all of that in the only quiet time it gets. Let's be clear. This is not a weakness. This is not something to suppress or be ashamed of. This is a sign of wisdom, of emotional depth. It's your inner life, asking for a moment to breathe. So next time it happens, try this. Don't fight it. Breathe with it. Write it down. Or simply sit with it. Like you would sit with an old friend who showed up at your doorstep, unannounced, needing to talk. Gentle tools for emotional night winds. If you're struggling with these midnight waves, consider keeping a nighttime journal near your bed. Just a sentence or two can release the weight. Developing a pre-sleep ritual. Soft lighting, calming scents, warm tea. Trying letter writing therapy. Even if the letters are to someone who's gone. Practicing compassionate self-talk. It's okay to feel. It's okay to remember. You are not broken. You are simply remembering because your heart is still open. Final reflection. A new kind of strength. Let's redefine what strength looks like after 70. It's not about pushing feelings away. It's about having the courage to feel them fully and the grace to let them pass through you like waves that come and eventually go. So if the night brings tears, let them fall. If it brings memories, welcome them. And if it brings silence, listen closely. There may be something sacred in it. You are not alone. And these moments are not a flaw in the system. They are part of the masterpiece of your life. Conclusion. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the 5 unique perspectives we've explored today. Each reason sheds light on the complex experience of waking up in the middle of the night, not as a problem or failure, but as a powerful signal from your body and mind. It's your inner system communicating, adapting, and working behind the scenes. This isn't something to fear or fight against. Rather, it's an invitation to listen closely, to treat these awakenings as meaningful messages, gentle nudges urging you to pay attention to your well-being. Remember, waking up at night is a natural part of your body's rhythm. It's a sign that your mind is still active, adjusting to changes, and responding to your unique life circumstances. You are absolutely not alone in this experience. Millions share this journey with you. Understanding this truth transforms confusion or frustration into strength, insight, and most importantly, the freedom to take meaningful action. This knowledge gives you the power to reclaim control over your nights and your life. You hold within yourself the ability to embrace these moments and create positive change, whether it's through new routines, self-care practices, or simply shifting your mindset. The key lies in seeing your experience through this new lens, empowering yourself to act with confidence and compassion. Thank you deeply for joining me today and investing your time in understanding this vital aspect of health and well-being. I invite you now to pause and really reflect on what you've learned. How will you apply these insights moving forward? What small changes can you start making tonight? If this message resonated with you, please don't hesitate to engage. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or personal experience. Hit that like button to show support, and share this video with friends or family who might benefit from this perspective. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss future content designed to uplift and empower you on your journey. Together, we build a community grounded in understanding, strength, and freedom. A place where your voice matters and your wellness is prioritized. Here's to embracing each night with hope, clarity, and the power to change.